Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hey guys, Dan in Maryland here. Wondering, in the standpoint of the Browns need to bring in a veteran quarterback to back up Deshaun Watson, what do you think of the possibility of Mitch Trubisky now that he's been cut loose by the Steelers? Please understand, this has nothing to do with the fact that he's from Mentor. I really don't care where a guy went to high school or college when it comes to playing for the Browns. All I care about is, can he help the Browns? I just look at him as a guy he's got a skill set similar enough to Deshaun Watson that if Watson goes down for several games, we don't have to change the offense radically. He's spent a year in Buffalo with Ken Dorsey, so he's got familiarity with Ken Dorsey. Probably should be fairly inexpensive relative to maybe what some of the other potential backup quarterbacks are going to go for. And he overall strikes me as the kind of mediocre quarterback that Kevin Stefanski does really well getting a maximum amount of production out of. Anyhow, just wondering what you think. Keep up the good work. Go Browns.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Scott, it's an intriguing thought. He connected the dots there that make it intriguing. I think they probably would like more of a Jacoby Brissett, Joe Flacco kind of guy, somebody that's just played a little bit more.
Yeah, I thought that column made a bunch of good points. The Dorsey connection obviously matters or would matter. Here's my take. I like the idea of signing Mitchell Trubisky a couple years ago before he went to Pittsburgh. I thought this would be a good place for him to kind of get his bearings again after what went wrong in Chicago and kind of reestablish himself, play backup. And he probably would have played, right, because of the Deshaun Watson suspension and injuries. But he wound up going to Pittsburgh, and he just didn't play well in Pittsburgh. So, it's kind of the latest impression that sits with me is I don't know if I would trust him to come in and win games if Watson got hurt and couldn't play. And we saw how important the backup quarterback is. They benched Trubisky for Mason Rudolph in Pittsburgh. So, I think the Browns would rather have Joe Flacco or Jacoby Brissett. Is Trubisky a, plan C or D? Yeah, I could see that. And then you figure out if he or Dorian Thompson-Robinson winds up being the number two. I don't hate that idea. But he would not be an automatic number two for me, and I would have guys ahead of him.